quickly cut a lot of stuff.
That's okay. Stop whining. If Anton tells Sam to stop whining, I'll tell you to stop whining. So Sam, did you know that, you know what macronutrients are, right?
Macros.
Macros. Okay, is that the robot?
I honestly just don't know how to break that down for you.
Okay.
Like your primary nutrients?
So yeah. So the first step, if you want to lose weight or build muscle, whichever side of the coin you're at, is to count your calories.
Okay.
Right? So after you count your calories, the next step is to count your macronutrients. So your calories will determine your body weight.
Okay.
So, and then now the macronutrients will determine your body composition.
Okay, that's important.
Yeah, that is
sense.
important. And then you have the micronutrients, which are going to determine like the optimization of health. So your health markers. So like that's micronutrients. But what a lot of people don't know, or what a lot of people think they know, is that there are 3 macronutrients. So your apps, like if you track MyFitnessPal, they're gonna have carbs, fats, and proteins.
Okay.
Right? So each one has its own role. Can you guess what the 4th one is?
Alcohol.
Oh wow, she knows! Just because we were talking about it before you started rolling. Alright, alcohol. Yeah, that's right. Alcohol is right.
Why?
Well, okay, here's the thing. So we know that the 3 macronutrients have their own little different roles. So carbs are normally metabolized by the body for energy. So they're used for energy. And then you have proteins, which are used to rebuild tissues. So proteins rebuild muscle tissue, mainly for any like fitness enthusiast. That's the most important thing. But there's also hair, skin, nails, bones, all the tissues, tissue paper. Okay, and then you have fats, which are required for healthy organ function. It helps your organs function optimally. And then there's also hormone production, like optimal hormone production. So testosterone, thyroid, whatever, all of these hormones.
Super important, yeah.
Yeah, so alcohol, on the other hand, why it's not usually counted as a macronutrient is because, contrary to what a lot of you are going to say, or whatever your opinion on the matter is, it's not essential to life. Okay, so that's why I know.
Contrary.
Yeah, let's say it's the 4th macro, right? And your split is like, let's say your split is 40-30-30. Let's say it's 40% carbohydrates, 30% fat, and 30% protein, like the zone diet. Now, what if, let's make it 30-30-30, 30 carbs, 30 protein, 30 fat, then 10% alcohol, so I can have my drinks too.
Right. Okay.
Theoretically, it might work. But
Depends on the drinks.
it depends on the drinks.
It's true.
The thing about alcohol is it slots somewhere between carbs and fat.
And sugar.
Well, sugar is a carb, right? So carbs break down into sugar. But alcohol, the weird thing about alcohol, so you know how carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram.
Okay.
So in 1 gram of carbohydrates, there's 4 calories. In 1 gram of fat, there's 9 calories, which is why it's easy to overeat fat and get fat. If you overeat on carbs or fat, your body will technically store both of those as excess body fat. So alcohol is 7 calories per gram of alcohol. So in that sense, it's a little closer to the energy density of fat. But the weird thing is it behaves like a carbohydrate.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right? It's interesting. So we can burn it off.
Yeah.
Like a carbohydrate. Well, same as fat. The argument is like keto dieters, that's what their argument is, right? That you can actually use fat for energy. So that's the argument there. But alcohol, on the other hand, the downside of alcohol is that your body has to metabolize it first before carbs and fat. Which is why it's very, very easy to overconsume alcohol and just store it as excess body fat, just like carbs and fat.
But doesn't like carbs store itself and function different? Like you can burn through carbs faster, whereas like the keto dieters, they the fat metabolizes a lot slower. So you're gonna have a different performance overall too. So is it depending on what you're kind of like looking for in your workout?
Yeah, exactly.
Like in my run, I would make sure that I would carb up a little extra.
Yeah.
And my favorite things like back home after our half marathons, or like even during the half marathons, they pass out beer. So there's always someone along, like the spirit of the run. There's someone always in the middle of the half marathon or at the end, free beers like all day long. It's fantastic. Here's your ticket.
Fantastic.
It is fantastic.
Because you have to replenish the carbs that you
The carbs
lost.
lost, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
You can perform at it after.
13
So,
miles,
funny thing about beer, so we're talking about carbs and alcohol and fats. Funny thing about beer is it's carbs and alcohol.
Yeah.
It's carbs and alcohol. That's why if you're gonna drink something like beer, it would be better to count it towards like carbs. Because most apps don't include alcohol as a macro. That's a problem. So count it more as carbs.
Yes,
Whereas, yeah, if you're drinking like your straight hard liquor, like tequila or whiskey, it's better to count it as a fat.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, those are.
Because those don't have much calories in them from carbs.
Yeah.
Unlike the beer, ciders,
There's a
ciders,
lot
and
of sugar inside.
yeah, there's a lot of sugar.
A lot of
IPA.
sugar.
What?
IPA.
IPA, yeah.
And
I
I think
love
also the
cider.
disadvantage of drinking alcohol, putting alcohol part of your macros is that after a few drinks, you'll stop counting your macros already because you're too drunk already.
Yeah, and after a few drinks,
Serious.
you can't even track.
And after you're drunk, you end up eating more.
To get rid of that buzz, and you can't count anymore. You don't remember anything, so that's a downside. But can alcohol be a part of like a healthy weight loss program or a healthy muscle building program? I think it can.
It can,
Yeah.
especially the diet in the modern day era. We just want to be healthy and balanced life as well. If you're not really an athlete, that you have to be really strict to your diet. You also want to socialize.
Yes, exactly.
You want to socialize with your friends. So you just have to count your macros and prepare for the drinking session you're going to do with your friends.
So this happened to me recently. I over consumed calories like over the weekend, Saturday night. Not from alcohol, but from something else. It was donuts.
It's like you didn't want to say it.
It's from donuts.
It's forbidden
It's
fruit.
from donuts.
Okay.
But the same can apply if you have too much alcohol for a night. So what I did was like the next day, I made that up by as a tool. I used intermittent fasting. So I fasted for like 18 hours. And then I like restricted my short window of time to eat. And I consumed the amount of calories that I overate. I consumed that amount less for that day. So it'll work.
Okay, so it made bawal.
Yeah, bow it basically.
Yeah. It's not making power, it's just like
Evening things out.
Hitting your macros instead.
But I didn't hit my macros that day because I overconsumed. So that's a downside. You really do have to balance it out.
It depends on your goal also when you count your macros. If you want to lose weight, you want to be on a deficit. Right?
That's true.
If
That's
you
true.
want to go perform and just want to be healthy, you just have to hit your macros.
But we have an ongoing thing where we're trying to lose weight. So
Actually, I'm on track. I just ate some queso last night.
Well, I weighed earlier, wasn't so great. But you know who had a lot of drinks the other night? This guy.
Or 2 nights.
This guy had a lot of drinks for 2
Trying to
nights.
hide. He's like, yeah, I did.
2 nights straight.
2 nights
No,
straight.
no regrets.
No regrets. So, let us know in the comments below if you want Austin to go through some kind of transformation with us or get fitter or but yeah, that's our video for today. We just wanted to have a little conversation about alcohol and how it slots into your diet. So if you have any questions, make sure to get down below. Follow Sam, follow Anton. Link will be in the description. And thank you for 5,000. We still have that giveaway to do. If you want to get those masks, comment down below. I want those masks, and make sure to be following us on Instagram. It's not that mask, right?
Oh,
It's not that mask.
announce it. We're giving 1 pair
Of.
of the
Oh, okay. Coach Anton is throwing in the Zamst mask. If you checked out our other video, that was the best mask for working out. So he's giving away a pair with it. So let us know. I want that mask. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Thank you guys.
Tequila.